It is time for an update. So here are the cuttings that we did in January, some of them, and some of them in February. So we're just gonna go ahead and see how they're doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the Pakistan. And those are the ones that we did on the 31st, and they are looking okay. They don't seem to have any roots yet, but they do look alive, and that's the main thing. Also, I decided to go ahead and puncture the bottom here of the bags with a thumbtack. So he's got like 8 little drainage holes because I thought it was maybe too soggy down there, and nope, no water coming out, so it's fine. But he is showing signs of waking up. He has his little mulberries that he's trying to work on, but he doesn't have any roots. But the fact that he has some green growth here, that makes me happy because I think it's still alive. So that's a good sign. This guy, look at this one. Oh, he has like the prettiest little leaf here. Look at that. So shiny. And then he has really big fruit too. I mean, normally in the Pakistan they get a lot bigger once, you know, in the actual trees. This one's, I'm guessing, because their cuttings are not doing it. But they're okay. They're, you know, I don't expect them to actually fruit at all, really, because they're cuttings. And so I expect them to drop their fruit eventually. But yeah, they don't have any roots yet, but they are still alive, so that's a cool thing. That's what I'm happy about, because as long as they are still alive, that means that there's still hope. And until they die, they're gonna be, well, you know, if they die, then they'll come out of the bag, but otherwise I'm just gonna leave them in the bags until I see signs of them getting better or worse. We'll see. But we have, oh, look at this one. This one's so pretty. Ah, sorry. Look at this right here. Look at that. That is so pretty. Look at these little shiny leaves. Oh. And yeah, so this is one of the cuttings that I didn't want to cut the side shoots, even though I know I'm supposed to, but I just wanted to keep this because he looks so cute. Look at that. Woo. Yeah, so can't wait to plant this guy. But I'm pretty sure they're going to start growing roots out within the next week. Last year I actually went back on my old videos and I checked, and last year apparently the ones that were a little bit more on the wet side took a little bit longer to root, and I forgot that this year, so something to keep in mind. But so far they're doing okay. And then these guys over here are just a regular mulberry that we have in the property. I'm not sure what the name is, but this is what we did last year, and he seems to be right on track. Look at this. He has some nice little side shoots. The mulberries that he has are a lot smaller, so you can see the size difference here. But he looks good. His bark still looks fine. He looks a little tiny on the dry side here, but overall he's still branching out, so I think he's fine. He still has plenty of moisture in the bags too, but still no signs of rooting. However, they've only been there for about 14-15 days, so they still have time. And then among those I have the one sage that I did in that one video, and he seems to be browning on the tips, I think because, you know, he doesn't have any roots and he's trying to grow them, so, you know, it's just stress, I think. We don't see any roots here, but that doesn't mean that there aren't any. It might just be that they haven't reached the outside. But he's still doing okay. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't look bad. It's just stress, but he's just a little branch trying to grow roots, so I think that's understandable. Look at that. Oh. Huh. And let's see. And now we go on to the figs. Oh, okay, so I forgot to mention, or did I? I don't know. Basically, these ones were planted on the 31st of January, and these guys were planted on the 5th. So these guys are about a week behind these guys, okay? This one's the Pakistan mulberries, and the figs right outside my window were planted on the same day. So these guys are actually in the same time frame right now. And then the mulberry, the regular mulberry, and the orchard fig, those got done like about a week later. So I expect those two kinds to be about a week behind. So just thought I'd mention that. And then this is the fig. Look at that. he definitely has roots coming out there. I'm not sure if just the one cutting did it or if both of them are rooting, but they both have growth. They both look happy. They're waking up just fine. And let's see, I don't know if I can get this. Look at that. They have green little tips everywhere. So he looks happy. I think he's going to be just fine. I will need to pot him up soon, but not just yet. I think I can let him be in this bag for a little bit longer, mainly because I don't have the time right now. So he's just going to have to be there for a second. But he's doing okay. He has a lot of root growth, and that's happy, healthy root growth. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. So I'm excited about that. So this is the fig, little tiny fig that I have right outside my window, and he's small. He's so small. He's just in the wrong place. So we're trying to make more of them, so more of him, so that we can plant him elsewhere, and hopefully he'll do better in other places. Not all of them have rooted yet though, so they just started rooting just yesterday. I think I saw the first roots. So that's so I expect these figs to pretty much start putting out their roots this week, but not all of them are going to do it at the same time. So yeah, we still have to wait. See, this guy still doesn't have anything, but look at this little leaves. Oh, so pretty. Oh, they almost look fake. Look at that. Oh. Oh, and he's one of the ones that I left with like a little bit extra, I don't know, extra tall. I don't know if I should have done that or not, but it is what it is. There you go. Come on, back in there. Okay, and let's see. And then this one, there's this one right here too. Same thing, the same kind of fig. The 31st, and today is, what is this? Today's the 20th. So there you go. Oh, look at that. Happy, happy roots. I don't see any more just yet. Oh, there we go. Right there. So they're definitely rooting. We just need to give them more time. I'm always super impatient, but at the same time, I don't want to have to do too much work. So that's why this bag works, because I can just peek and I can see that it's actually rooting, but I don't actually have to water it or do much with it just yet. So that's cool. And then we have the figs from the orchard, and those are definitely not rooting yet. I checked them all out and nothing yet. However, these guys, like I said, they're about a week behind. They got done a week later, so I'm guessing in about a week and a half we'll start seeing roots on these guys. And then same thing on the mulberries that got done on the same day. So but the Pakistan mulberry, I think we're probably gonna be seeing some roots this week. I'm hoping anyway, but I think that will be the case. Oh yeah, I'm in love with them. Oh, okay. And so for the Pakistan mulberries, I didn't have a lot of material to work with, and there was this one little, there were a few little tips that I was just like, no, I just couldn't give it up. So I put them in a little baggie. I don't expect them to root, honestly. I put them in there just in case. Oh, there you go. There you go. So I put them in there just in case. I don't see any roots. Honestly, I don't think they're going to root, but I like what they do here when they're starting to fruit. I think it's such a pretty little process. So I just went ahead and grabbed a cement planter, and then I just keep it in there, and I just keep it in my desk where I can just look at it. And yeah, throughout the day I just look at it, I play with it. I don't know why, but I think it's so cute. But yeah, so there's that one. But I didn't have a lot of mulberry cuttings, the Pakistan kind, so that's what we have there so far. But So they haven't rooted, but I think they're gonna start rooting about this week because it's about time, I think, and they all look happy, so I think they're gonna be fine. These mulberries, the regular mulberries, I think they're gonna take a little bit longer. I don't know. I think the thicker ones rooted the best last year, but they also took slightly longer than the other ones did. So that's what I'm thinking, is just gonna take a little bit longer. But I mean, they look so happy. They look like they're growing just fine. So I think it's not really gonna be an issue. I'm thinking it's just gonna be about a week and a half. And oh, actually no, these guys are about a week behind, so about 2 weeks. I'm gonna say about 2 weeks. And then these guys, well, these guys are already, they're already rooting. So within this week, I expect this all 4 to root. And then this figs, I'm gonna give them about 2 weeks as well. I think still early. So yeah, that's what's going on with those. So those are the different kinds. So those are the Pakistan mulberry, regular mulberry, the fig right outside my window, and then the orchard figs. Okay, so I don't know those names. I can't remember, but if I go back in my videos, I know I can find the name of the one that we planted in the orchard and the one in the window. So I'm labeling them just so that I can keep track. And if I find the names, eventually I will label them properly. So that's where I'm at. But also I did a thing. Okay, so I may have overdone it a little. Like, I did a thing. Like I said, I did a thing. Okay, so I have this box that's more mulberries because I had a lot of branches, so I had to do something with them. And as it is, look at this back here, that vase with the little branches. All of those are mulberry things that I just didn't get to use, but they were pretty and they are all budding, so I didn't want to toss them. I was just like, okay, well, you can look pretty in my office, you know. But yeah, look at this. They are looking so good. They're still not rooting. All of these guys got done late on the 5th. Not late, but you know, they got done about a week after the first batch. So these guys are definitely not rooting yet. But I'm having fun just watching them grow because they are growing so fast. Look at that. So they're actually already growing, and so I suspect that they already have roots. Basically, I just can't see them yet. I think they just haven't reached the outside yet, but I'm pretty sure they have roots in there because they look so happy, so healthy. I think eventually they're all going to drop their little berries or little, you know, little guys. But the branches are going to remain, and that will be cute because they're going to make the cutest little planters. But yeah, so I had a lot, right? So I decided to run little experiments. So this is a regular mulberry, and you know, just a regular way I did them. Cocoa coir, water, tape it at the top or tie it up with a, you know, one of those little ties. And then we have the second box here. This is a mulberry, but with an open bag, because I was like, well, maybe I don't need to tie them up, right? Maybe I can just let it be because Florida fruit people, I can't remember their name, but yeah, but they actually left it open and they don't seem to have any problems with it. So I figured maybe I can do that. So I have this guys over here with the bags open, just to see if it makes a difference. Hi, Tiny. And so far, I have not seen a difference at all. The moisture is still there. I'm kidding. And you can see that there's still plenty of moisture. So it's not really evaporating that fast, which is really impressive. So I don't actually need to go through that extra step. The only thing that has bothered me though is that every now and then I'll see a fungus gnat here and there, and I'm terrified that they're gonna get it all over in here. So we'll see. But I think so far they're fine. But that's it's just a concern. So I might do them just for peace of mind. But it seems that the water retention is the same either way. So that's pretty cool. And then I have this guys over here, which is also mulberries. But instead of having the open bag, I punctured the bottoms of them. Sorry, kitty. So in case it is super wet, super soppy wet, they would have a chance to, you know, drip out and drain out. And that's a reflection. I thought that was water. But yeah, they're not draining out at all. So they're not that soggy in there, so that's cool. But yeah, so I have that going on there. So that whole box is mulberries with a punctured bottom. This box is mulberries with an open bag. These guys are just regular mulberries, just my regular way. And then these guys are the mulberries with an open bag and a punctured bottom. Ooh, I know, right? Exciting. But yeah, so he seems to be, I don't know, branching out just as fast as the other ones are. I mean, they all seem to be doing the same, exactly the same. So I don't know. Next year I might decide not to tie them up on the top. It might be easier. Or, you know, for peace of mind, I might tie it up. But I don't need to bother with the puncturing apparently, because it doesn't, you know, it's just the way the cocoa card looks wet, but it's not actually, you know, it's not sopping wet or anything. It's just really good at retaining moisture, but it's not soggy in any way. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so I have a lot of cuttings happening right now. So that's a mulberry, regular mulberries, mulberry with an open bag. Open bags there, mulberry with punctured bottoms, all of those, and then mulberries with open bags and punctured bottoms. So we'll see how those do, but I may have gone a little cutting crazy. And the thing is that I still have 2 little boxes to show you. Okay, so I actually have some figs as well that I am, I don't know, waiting on to see what happens. These are all the figs from the orchard. My husband brought me in like a whole bunch of material for this, so I have a lot of them. These guys are not looking amazing though, but these guys are the ones that, if you notice, all of these guys, they all have branches. So they all branch off pretty much. I wanted to see just how far I can push the envelope with this, guys. I wanted to know if I can just plant little trees like this already. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if they actually root or not. You know, I think they actually might. I'm not sure, but I think they actually might. And that would be really cool because, oh no! Yeah, so I think these guys might actually root, and I think that would be really cool because that means I can make really big cuttings. Look at this. In baggies. And that's the whole thing, that it's so compact because I am using just the baggies here instead of like actual pots and planters and all that stuff. And I'm keeping them indoors. So that's super handy that I don't have to go outside to check on them. I can literally just get them off the shelf I have them on. And they like it warm. And so do I. So, you know. So yeah, I think they are gonna root. I just think it's gonna be a little while, and I don't think these tips are gonna make it, honestly. I think these guys are just gonna dry up, and then he's just gonna start growing side branches from down here or something. So I don't think the tips are gonna make it because they are starting to look a little shriveled. See, look at that. And like they're starting to shrivel up. These tips are also not green. So we'll see what happens, but I think they're still gonna root. I just think they're not gonna survive the whole cutting, you know. And then these guys are the thicker cuttings that I had, so I'm pretty sure these guys are gonna work. I'm not too concerned about these guys. I'm just waiting on their time. So the fig was the last one to branch out and show me his little green leaves and all of that. So I'm thinking that they just take a little bit longer. I think they grow the roots before the leaves, whereas I think the mulberries grow the leaves, well, you know, before, blah blah, timing. I think their timing is just slightly different, is what I'm saying. So these guys, I think we're gonna wait about, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 more weeks before we see any roots, I think. And I mean, they'll take longer. Some of them will take a lot longer, but I think that's when we're going to see the first few roots, kind of like we did with the other figs. So I have still quite a few of them. So I kind of overdid it this year, I think, with the cuttings. And I still have some more to make because I just felt bad tossing all of this, right? So I had to make them into cuttings. But I do need to make cuttings off of my lemon tree, and well, it's not my tree, which is why I need cuttings. But I need to make cuttings off of the lemon tree, and I think there was something else, I can't remember, but there will be more cuttings made. So we'll definitely have a few dates to compare different, you know, varieties and different plants just in general, and we'll see how everything responds, because that's the fun part of gardening sometimes, just watching things grow. Oh, this little guy, Look at that. They're so pretty. I think this is it for now. Thank you guys so much for coming to see my garden, my garden. Thank you guys so much for coming to check the update on the cuttings. And well, basically I'll make sure to keep updating you guys so that eventually you kind of see how it goes, kind of know what to expect in case you decide to do them yourself, or maybe it's just entertainment for you. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, you know, thumbs up it, please. Send it to your friends. That would be cool. And if you don't have any friends that don't, and if you don't have any friends that like gardening, then don't worry about it. Thank you guys for watching. That's plenty. Thank you guys, and have a good day. Have an awesome time, and see you guys next time.